Hi, I'm Sydney.
And I'm Harrison.
And welcome to European History, the Cold War series. Harrison, let's play some trivia.
Okay.
Who was the leader of the Soviet Union at the end of the Cold War?
Mikhail Gorbachev. Did you know that he was the first secretary of the Communist Party, the chief of the Agricultural Department, the deputy of the Soviet Union, a member of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, chairman of the Supreme Soviet, and eventually the president of the USSR? And then, when he tries to run for re-election in 1996, he gets only 1% of the vote?
No way. I had no clue.
Right?
That's crazy.
Why did Gorbachev introduce perestroika into Soviet-Russian economy?
He was trying to stabilize the USSR in response to Reagan's Strategic Defense Initiative. Did you know the Strategic Defense Initiative was nicknamed Star Wars after the popular 1977 film Star Wars?
No!
Bet you didn't! Anyways, Russia's economy was not strong enough to compete with the powerhouse economy of the United States. What were the effects of perestroika, Harrison?
A nationwide shortage of supplies and food was created. This caused the creation of food cards to help ration supplies. These cards limited the amount of products people could receive each month. By the end of the 1980s, as compared to 1985, show a serious increase in the state deficit. It rose from 0 to 109 rubles. Gold funding decreased from 2,000 to 200 tons. External debt increased from 0 to $120 billion. How did Gorbachev's political and economic policies in the USSR impact the ending of the Cold War?
Gorbachev stepped away from the oppressive Brezhnev Doctrine, which forced satellite nations to follow Soviet policy, and established alliances with them. He was also willing to comply to Reagan's pleas to end the war and decrease oppressive communist control. What opposition arose in Russia during Gorbachev's rule?
In 1991, Soviet leaders launched the August coup in a response to a new Union treaty to try and remove Gorbachev. The coup ultimately led to Gorbachev's political destruction and the fall of communism in the USSR, which was the only unifying factor left in the satellite states. Once Soviet Russia had fallen, the satellite states started to control their own governments. How were the satellite states officially able to reach their independence?
Following the end of the Cold War, communist leaders in the Warsaw Pact were removed from power because of nationwide discontent with communism. Perestroika and glasnost were the final kicks to the communist government in USSR that caused the collapse of the government. In just 2 years, communism was destroyed in Poland, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, East Germany, Romania, and Bulgaria. In 1991, the Warsaw Pact was disbanded, and later that year, the USSR disestablished itself. What government was established after Gorbachev fled and the USSR dissolved?
The government of Russia was formed following the collapse of the government of the Soviet Union. The Russian Council of Ministers is the main executive body, and the Prime Minister is appointed by the Russian Confederation.
And now you know that Gorbachev's rule was a failed attempt at westernizing Russian politics and creating a stable government and economy for his nation. A for effort, Gorbachev. Well, that's all the time we have tonight, folks.
Thank you for watching European History, the Cold War series.
Our executive producers are Ronald Reagan and Mikhail Gorbachev. Our script supervisor is Mr. Knoll.
Tune in next week when we discuss study tips for the upcoming AP European History test. Stay safe, kids.